Alright guys, so here is what you're going to be needing for the tutorial. So just going to get some nail files. I ordered these from Amazon. It was a pack of 10, just the regular black nail files. Some brush on glue. This is the Kiss brand. And this came a 2-pack from Amazon. And yeah, so this is what it looks like. I'm gonna open up the package. It's just the regular normal brush on glue. Make sure you get the brush on and not the squeeze tube. But yeah, there are 2 in a pack from Amazon. And then here is the nail tips that I will be using. It came in like this cute little box. So this is from Amazon as well. Everything is from Amazon except the flower that I used. And I just got the regular square nail tips. And then here is my clean nails. I am just gonna start by trimming them with my nail clippers. And yeah, so I'm going to speed this part up and they're going to be nice and trimmed by the end after we speed it up. Alright, so now taking my file and just going to go ahead and file each of my nails just to roughen them up so that when I put the tips on, they stick a little bit better, because you don't want to have them super smooth. You want to just file your nails to make sure it has some texture on it. And then I'm going to go ahead and speed this part up, and we're just going to file every single nail. Alright, so I'm beginning to open the nail glue and I'm covering my entire nail with the glue and putting the tip on. I'm only going to put it on the tip, but I'm putting the glue on the entire nail starting off, just so that, you know, I don't miss a spot and there's not a part of my nail without glue on it, because I want my nail tip to be very secure. And do not make the mistake that I made. As you can see, when I'm pushing the nail, I'm holding it up with my index finger, which is making the nail glue on upwards, so it didn't stick on to like my nail the right way. I should have been pressing it down. So as you guys can see, it's kind of like sticking up, which you don't want that to happen, because then water could like get underneath, and it pretty much was not secure on my nail. But after the thumb, I did it correctly on the other nails, and I go ahead and start to do the index finger, putting the glue on. And when I put it on, I made sure to hold the tip of the nail a little bit more secure, because the thumb I just kind of messed up. So make sure that when you're putting the tip on that you hold it down so that it could be super secure. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and speed this part up. All right, now here is a slow-mo of what all the tips looked like once they were all on. They just look super cute. I love the length. I should have kept it at that length, but I was like, no, let me go a little bit shorter so I could be able to do more things, because when they're super long, I feel like I can't do anything. But yeah, so this is my nails. This is how the tips look, and I think they're really cute. I like my nails square. You can, get whatever shape that you guys would like. So I'm just taking my scissors. I didn't have like the nail scissors, so I just used regular house scissors, okay? And just gonna go ahead and cut each nail. They're super sharp, so I made sure to round out the edges a little bit, but still making sure that they're square. And yeah, just gonna take the scissors and trim up each nail. And right here, I had to go ahead and add some more glue on the inside because my nail was not pressed all the way down. And this was a bad idea because the nail just stuck to my skin. The glue was on my skin. So if you guys can avoid that, I would highly recommend just not putting the glue on your skin because it does hurt. All right, so now it's time to file. I didn't have any, electric files or anything like that, so I just used the hand file for everything in this video, which is really good. It's a nice hack because for nail hacks you want to be able to just use anything that you have laying around the house. And yeah, so it was very cheap to do these nails. I hope you guys will try this out. It worked really good. You just got to make sure that you file. It is a lot of work filing, but here I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that the nails are not too sharp and even them out and making sure that they're nice and smooth. Okay, guys, now we're gonna get started with the actual putting the flour onto the nail, and just brush on the glue, dip in the flour. All I did was put flour in a little bitty Tupperware cup. As you can see, I put the layer on the outer part of the nail first, dipped it in the flour, I did a middle layer of the nail, and then dipped it in flour again, making sure to dust off the excess. And if you're not already, subscribe to my channel, guys. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. So yeah, just tapping off the excess flour And then that's when I go up the third time and then go to the root of the nail, put the glue, and dip it in the flour. So I did 3 layers. I did the tip, the middle, and then the root of the nail. So after I did those 3 different layers, I'm going to go ahead and do the ends one more time. You could do as many layers as you want, just however thick you prefer your nails to be. After you put a whole bunch of layers, the brush of the nail glue starts getting really hard, so I had to switch to a different brush later on in the video, and it does get kind of hard because the flour and the glue is really stiffening and it's getting really hard, especially by your cuticles. So if you do not have a electric file, you're gonna have to saw saw it all off, file it all off with the file, which was kind of hard to do by the cuticle, and the glue was stuck to my skin and it was burning, and it was even a little bit bleeding because it's all caked on your cuticle. You don't have the nice ability with the electric file to go around the cuticles like they do at the nail shop. So just be cautious of that. Maybe not do too many layers by your cuticle because it builds up and your skin is just stuck there. So I'm gonna go ahead and file, make sure it's nice and smooth, and then after it's smooth, wherever there's any indentions or unevenness with the flour, I'm gonna add more glue and then dip it into the flour so that all those little holes can be filled up and it will be just all one nice even layer. Again, follow me on Instagram down below and subscribe to my channel. So I'm gonna go ahead and file, making sure it's nice and smooth. This does take a while, but as you go and you file, it starts to look way more pretty, and then it's like, okay, it gets smooth, and then you really get a hang of it after you keep filing. So yeah, just gonna go ahead and file all the rest of the nails. Alright, so I'm gonna go through it one more time. For the second nail, my first layer is the end of the tip, putting a little bit of glue, dipping it, and then shaking off the excess. And then I'm going to the middle of the nail, putting a layer of glue, putting the glue all the way to the end of the tip, dipping it in the powder, and then dusting off the excess. And then the third layer is going to be up there by the cuticle. So you just make your way up the nail, and then that's where I had to switch with a different brush because the brush that was attached to the bottle ended up being too hard and it ended up breaking off and everything. So I did it with a different brush. I would suggest you guys get like a makeup brush or something to do it with if you don't have a nail brush. So yeah, 3 layers on to my nail, file it, and then after I file it, that's when I go ahead and do like 1 layer all together of the nail. I just put the glue all over, dip it in powder, and file it, and it comes out nice and smooth. The only thing about this is you got to be careful where your cuticle is at because it will just be super thick, and if the glue is on your skin too much, it will burn. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest of the nails. You could do however many layers you want. Like I said, as you can see here, I just continue dipping, continue putting layers until I feel like it's sturdy enough and I feel like it won't break off. I don't like to have my nails too thin because then, you know, they won't last, they won't be sturdy. So yeah, just make them however thick you want. The powder and the glue really just forms really hard hard product, like it's acrylic, even though it's not. So this is a really good hack if you guys do not have acrylic or you don't like the way acrylic feels on your nails. It definitely is not as harsh, or if you just want a cheap way to make nails. So yeah, just make sure that your filing is on point and you will have some bomb nails. Okay, so it ended up being super like long, and I had to take my time filing them. So the footage was like really long and I didn't want to make the video too long. So I did two fingers, and I wanted to explain them really well and make sure that you guys could get the hang of it, because it's really easy. Just put the glue, dip, and then file. That's all you got to do. And so I did the two nails, and then I did the other three off camera, and now I am going to go ahead and use this really pretty like pastel blue nail polish. I thought it was like a super cute color for summer. I was really into like the pastel look. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the first layer. It's not neat at all. I did it kind of messy just because I knew I could wipe off the extra nail polish that was on my skin. And yeah, so just doing my first coat. I did kind of rush it because my nails weren't as super smooth as they should be. So make sure your nails are buttery smooth before you apply the nail polish, just so it could have like a more sleek look. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do the first coat. If the certain parts are not in focus, I'm sorry about that. It's just like the towel gave the background, like the camera wanted to focus on the towel instead of the nails. So hopefully everything is in focus for you guys. And yeah, so the first layer is pretty rough because my nails aren't as smooth as they should be. So definitely, if you're doing this, you could do it a lot neater, but this is my first time doing it, so it takes practice too. If you're not a professional, which I am not. I'm not a nail tech, not a professional, but I loved this hack and I do love nails. So if you want to save some coin and just get you some flour and some nail glue, girl, you can have some bomb acrylic nails and you can make them as long as you want to. So that's the first coat. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the second coat. And it was not dry. So I was like really impatient. I should have waited till the first coat dried a little bit longer. And the second coat, I had to put it on really thick because it was sticking to the first coat. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure, it could have been a lot neater, but that's okay, girl. And yeah, so go ahead and subscribe if you're not already. And then I'm going to go ahead and finish with the second coat. All right, now there's a second coat. It looked really nice and shiny. I went ahead and added some clear nail polish to it. Added a lot of clear because I wanted my nails to be really, really shiny. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and put the clear on all of the nails. All right, so this is how they look after the clear. I love how they came out. I even like the shape. I did, a pretty good job of making sure that, they were pretty even and everything. And I love square shapes. So I liked how they came out. And then I'm just taking like a brush with some nail polish remover and going around the edges. And it's really thick by the acrylic. That's the only thing that makes them kind of look really like not professional is just around the skin of your nails. It's just like really stuck to it. So if you guys have an electric file, it will look a lot neater. But yeah, I'm just gonna take off that polish. It was really stuck on there, so and this little brush that I was using was not taking it off correctly. But yeah, so hopefully if you guys are doing this, you have an electric nail file, so it could be really easy. But yeah, this is how it turned out. I really like how it looked because I literally did these nails with flour and nail glue, so it's a hack that I highly suggest. They felt just like acrylic, sturdy and everything. So if you guys like this tutorial, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and leave a comment. Bye guys.